Hello guys, my name is Sergio Bellotti and I'm here today to showcase and demonstrate the powerful features of the iPhone/iPad app called Sergio Bellotti, my name. So step number one would be to go on iTunes and download it. It's absolutely free. It costs zero. 6 installments of $0 for you, okay? And you can get it on your device. So this is what it looks like. And most of the features are free. There is a couple of pay-per-view or pay-per-use things, but they won't break the bank. And I'd like to discuss today in particular the groov box, because I believe that it's quite unique, and it's something that over the years I've used myself before these devices existed. I used to program these rhythms on drum machines. So, you know, they worked for me, and in the last months they have been working really well for all the users. You know, I'm getting a lot of feedback, and also my students at Berklee College of Music. What's the groov box? Well, it's not a metronome, and because there are so many of those, and we do have one on my app as well, by the way. But the groov box goes beyond. It's also not a drum machine. Drum machines also, you know, there are many, and who needs those? We are the ones doing it. But the groov box is really a tutor. Okay? It's something where I programmed patches, let's call them patches, of most common rhythms. And it's not a complete rhythm. It only gives you the fundamental notes that you should always respect, obey, and try to work around. Sometimes you'll play all of those notes. Sometimes you may decide not to play those notes, but you want to know where those are. So the metronome will always give you the pulse, right? But if you skip a quarter note, if you rush and you go to the next quarter note, how are you going to know that your phrasing is bad? You know, you're not in sync with the musicians anymore. Maybe you flipped the beat around. Well, with the groov box, you really can't, because it gives you the clave. Now, clave is not just for Afro-Cuban music. You find clave in pretty much every style. There's a great book by a colleague of mine, Dave DeCenzo, Universal Rhythm, that I encourage you to pick up. And he talks about that. And I am a firm believer. You know, I've done some extensive listening and researching with another colleague of mine, Skip Adden, and we compiled, you know, hundreds of songs in every style, literally, where you could hear clearly the different claves, you know. So, of course, we have rumba clave, son clave, one-bar clave. I have a patch for jazz. Now, what's the jazz like? Well, like I said, you play the rhythm. It's not going to substitute what you do, but the jazz patch will give you the hi-hat on 2 and 4. And that's very, very important for a young musician to know. When you start, you want to base all of your phrasing, keeping in mind where that pulse is. So if I click jazz, you know, it's like having the guy at the bar snapping his fingers, and that's because of you. You know, if you play a solid pulse like that, the crowd is going to dance and feel it, okay? So in this case, you can practice jazz. Again, it doesn't matter what level you are. It could be the most basic coordination exercise or your, you know, most wild improvisation. But this will remind you where you are in the phrasing. Now, if you think having the one is silly, you don't want to do that. After you've grown up into it, you deselect the mark my one, you push again, and you don't hear the one, okay? So what I'm going to demonstrate here is a rumba clave, totally customizable. So if you want to practice something at any given tempo, you certainly can. With a plus and minus sign, you can build it up, go to the tempo where you want to practice. As you noticed, before you even play, this could be a great tutor, some to listen in your car. Every now and then, you want to listen to music, but you can plug this one and have fun and sing, vocalize, because eventually your ideas come from here, not from your limbs, okay? So if you can sing some cool rhythms around this, then you worry about how to do them on the set. So the first thing you want to do when you hear the track, whether it's in your headphones or on your speaker, is to really try to play these 5 notes at least on kick and snare. After you do that, you start exploring. In any combination you like, so have fun. Then, of course, you add the subdivision on top of it, the hi-hat or the ride. So as you could see, it really doesn't matter. This tutor will help you if you play jazz or if you want to learn jazz, funk. These are common rhythms that you're going to hear as the skeleton, as the main foundation. It's almost like the key, the tonality for drummers, the clave, these rhythms that are so strong in the structure of a song. They could change throughout the song, but most likely they stay the same, and you want to know where the direction is and follow with that. So you can have fun. I did some funk, jazz, a little bit of Latin, and a little bit of soloing. But do it your way. Remember, start basic with mimicking the notes, copying that. I want you to download the Groove Box because it's going to help you with your jazz in 3/4. There's a jazz waltz in there. There is another Latin rhythm where you hear boom, chakatika, boom, boom, chakatika, boom, boom, chakatika, boom, boom. So, you could play your cha-cha or your mambo if you speed it up, and you'll be reminded of those 2 notes are going to be. There is also Groove 101. That's a great patch, one of my favorite. It gives you a cowbell on the offbeat. So it teaches you, it reminds you of playing funk, but emphasizing the bell on the offbeat. Who doesn't like that? I mean, that's groovy, okay? Because lots of notes are on the downbeat, and all of a sudden you're doing this, and the patch will remind you that you know, you want to slam it on the offbeat. Then I got a funk patch, has a displaced snare drum, sort of like a chameleon. And there's a few. There is also a way to learn polyrhythms, and I want you really to download it, have fun. Again, change the tempo. Would you like it with one or without the one? Explore it. Some styles might, you know, appeal you, some others not yet, but you have it there. Okay? Thank you, and please send me some feedback, because we can upgrade. This is already the second version, so I'll be adding patches, and once you buy the first round of the app, of course you can always get the patches for free every time there is an upload. So I'm planning on doing it for Android and loading it up with more grooves so that you and myself can have more fun. Thank you.